What a doozy of a crew here with another live stream today. Today we're going to be discussing some transfer news. We've got some exclusive transfer news to discuss. We're going to recap what the players have to say on AC Milan. Reece James injury update as well. We're going to discuss a Mason Mount extension contract too. Actually, a lot to discuss as well. We've got an Aston Villa coming on Monday. I'm going to briefly talk about that towards the end. So we're going to be here for about 65 minutes, guys. So make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribing if you're new. Make sure you share the stream. Comment if you're in the live chat. And let's get into today's stream. Let's go.
We fucking got him.
And we're back, guys, here with another live stream today. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's obviously a Thursday morning for the UK lads and American lads, Thursday night for the down under people. But it's a lot to talk about today. It's a Thursday, obviously, as I just mentioned. You know, we haven't played in a couple of days. We had a game coming on Monday, which is quite a while. Or Sunday, sorry, actually, for you guys. So about Sunday. So we got a lot of a big gap, and there's a lot to talk about already. And I love when there's a lot to talk about because that means we can hit that live button. But big up to everyone who's tuned in. I'm just sending the tweet saying that I'm live. I'm just give me 1 second. All right, we're done. Big up to Santiago. Big up to Santiago. Always good to see you, mate. Hope you are well. Jay, big up to Jay. Long time no talk, man. Hope you've been well. Let me know your thoughts and feelings, guys, on the recent AC Milan performance. We're gonna deep dive into some transfer news. Kylian Mbappe, Jude, Bellingham. But let me just first bring up. I got so many tabs open just of what to discuss. Let's go. I want to bring this up. I want to start with my boy. Kepa Arrizabalaga. I want to bring this quote up. We got it from Kepa. This is Kepa Arrizabalaga saying, "We are very happy. It is an important week for us. We didn't start the group stage in the best way. We needed to win both games against AC Milan." And he says, "Sometimes these type of games happen. It was a huge fight. We were focused. We spoke about that in the change room halftime Tuesday night." My boy is making moves, guys. He's officially here, guys. He's here to play. He's here to stay. You guys know that's my quote, guys. He's here to play. He's here to stay, and he's not leaving. Where was it? Here it is. Kepa Arrizabalaga on Graham Potter. He has started in the best way. We are improving. We have had only 1 month, but we are doing well. There is a long way to go. We are understanding his ideas. We have games every 3 days, so it's a really important time. But we need all the team in every game to fight for the title towards the end of the season. We meet each other in the group stage of the Europa League, a few blah blah blah. Man, like this guy's mentality is always focused on winning. And I've always said this is a massive understatement, and that fans don't give credit to. Kepa Arrizabalaga always wants to win. His main goal is to win and to help the team, help his teammates, and help succeed. And I just wanted to bring that quote for you guys because that is it's just outstanding how far he's come, right? And because of Jason, I would like to firstly apologize for my Kepa. I'm on the Kepa Mendy out. Mendy out, man. I'm a Mendy bench out. I don't care what happens, but I know this guy's not touching the pitch ever again. It's just a mentality. I've always said it. No one's listened, but I've always said it. It's a mentality thing. Keepers know how to keep, right? But it comes down to the confidence and the mentality. But Mendy is an exception, guys. I've said Mendy isn't a professional athlete. He's a natural talent goalkeeper. You can't teach him new tricks at the age of 30. You can't teach him how to kick a ball at age 30. Because he only started his professional career at 27. Right? And that says a lot of things. Right? Or 26, 27. Right? So I've always knew Kepa Arrizabalaga will come back in this first team. Right? Because I knew he's a professional athlete with a professional mentality. And the way he's built into this team is what every Chelsea fan should be happy to see. A player who has been to the bottom of the bricks, denied by 2 managers, and he's made his way up and back into the starting squad. Every Chelsea fan wants this from their players. We want this. So let's see how far we can go with him. Santiago says Kepa is our future manager. I can't wait for him in 10 years for him to be manager. I really can't wait. This guy will be a fantastic manager because again, he does a lot of things as well. Like him and Jorginho, this gets unnoticed that Jorginho and Kepa are two players who really dedicate themselves to this team, and they're always encouraging their players. They're always talking to the players. They're making sure the players understand, the tactics or how to play. Like, there's always something with them that they're always communicating to players, and that's what you want. I've said Edouard Mendy is like a pot plant. It doesn't speak back to you, right? But we've got a proper leader at Kepa. And I was getting called mad when I said Kepa could be in a mad, like a very high run to get the vice captain or captain badge. I wouldn't say maybe captain, but I think he can get the vice captain badge because the way he's very vocal, I like that in my play. I love when my players are very vocal, and especially from a keeper, because a keeper sees the whole pitch. They're from the back and they see the whole pitch. And when you see him and he's pointing and he's always like, come on, he's clapping his hands, or he's saying push up, or like he'll pass to Thiago Silva and he'll direct Thiago Silva to Cucurella on the wing. Like I saw it multiple times on the weekend. And that's something that you want with your players once again. So it's fantastic to see from Kepa Arrizabalaga. Amazing, and I'm so proud for this guy because I always knew he had it in him. I always knew, and I said, it's been about a year since I said this guy will make into our first squad. And people will go, oh, why would you even say that when Mendy's playing good? I said, Mendy's playing good now. That's fantastic, but he can't do this for long. He's not going to be able to do this for long. And that's why I've said, Kepa, we'll replace him. Now, we talk about for long term, that's time will tell. But, I don't think I don't think that it might happen. Maybe it will happen, but we'll have to find out. At the moment, as of right now, he's our number one keeper, you can't kill this mentality. Kepa is a mentality monster. He's performing so well after all he's gone through. Exactly, and people don't understand that. Like, it's incomparable. We can compare someone like Rudiger did that, right? But he wasn't as bad, right? Loftus Cheek did it, but he just got injured. Kepa had no injury. Kepa had nothing wrong with him. It's just that he had a personal issue, and then Frank Lampard didn't respect it, put him on the bench, dropped him, right? Because he was having personal issues. Then he went to go buy Mendy, right? Which that's fine, whatever. But Kepa, there was issues that Kepa had, and I think that once he had the shot, that was that when that manager left, he would take it, and he took it. I thought if Tuchel started him, Kepa would still be our number one. I always said that. So I said, you start Kepa, Mendy's not touching that spot. He did it in those games, those Carabao Cup games when he showed himself, but Tuchel was a bit blind to see that. But he's here now. Big up Matthew Lees Benjamin. Big up to you. Check what I sent you. Let me have it. Let me suss this out. I haven't got sent anything. I have not got sent anything, but make sure shoot it me on Twitter. But we do have some Jorginho news as well, Matthew Lee Benjamin. So stay tuned for that. Actually, we'll talk about that now. All right, next one. So this is about Jorginho. Jorginho's agent João Santos. He says we are due in June. We have prioritized Chelsea and we are moving towards it. Another priority for Jorginho is to do well with the national team. And I know this João Santos does not like Chelsea Football Club. He wants Jorginho back in Italy, but Jorginho's always been willing to stay at Chelsea. Now, I think for me that Jorginho has put his body through so much over the recent years. Yeah, that's what I just checked the monthly Benjamin. I just checked that. I didn't know you added me. I just saw that now. But yeah, that Jorginho is aging, and I said at the start of the season that we still need a DM. I said Jorginho can play central defensive midfielder, but he can't play week in week out. All right, you have those games against AC Milan who do great, but then you put him in on a Friday, he might not have the legs for it. And I've been seeing multiple times he'll be playing well, and then he'll just get injured. He'll go down. Like it's not something I want to see in my players where he's just pushing his body through so much. And at that age, I don't see it, getting any better. So I would consider selling him in January. I think he's been a fantastic player for us. I think people have underestimated him because of his playing style. You got people on Twitter who just jump on his agenda because a lot of people dislike him and they just want attention. But this guy's been a fantastic player. He's been, people will sit here and claim that Mason Mount deserved the player of the year for Chelsea last season, but they don't proclaim that Jorginho deserved to be top 3 Ballon d'Or. So, where's that consistency, right? So I think Jorginho is a player who it was very, 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 very undermined by the Chelsea fan base. I say I wish him well if he leaves, but I would not extend his contract. Same like I wouldn't extend Kante's contract. I think we need to start overhauling these players. I think players like Kante, Kante's a player that needs to go. Kante should be gone. Sell him. I'm sick of it. People want him. These tribalistic fans just want him because Kante smiles. No, the Kante gets injured 24/7. When he comes back, he gets injured. Right, he's been another fantastic player for us, but he just can't. He can't stay here anymore. He needs to go sell him to Lille or something for 30 mil. Go sell Jorginho to Napoli for 20 mil. Like let's start cashing these players in before the contract ends in January. But that doesn't mean to go buy players like Basmani and spend fucking 150 mil. That means go spend 30 mil on Alvarez. Let's go get maybe Sangare, someone cheap who has talent, right? Declan Rice is not a good player, and this I absolutely hate his mentality. I used to give him prop for being a good leader, but I think he's absolutely one of the worst leaders in the Premier League. The worst, because I saw Declan Rice and he said it was game week 1, and he goes, "Oh yeah, West Ham we're not even trying to challenge for the title race." What? You're West Ham United and you're not even trying. You just spent 150 million and you're not trying to challenge for the title race. That's why I don't want Declan Rice. His mentality is even worse than his physical attributes. Right. So I don't want the Declan Rice. I want to go buy someone like Alvarez. Zakaria. I want to speak of Zakaria because what's the point of Zakaria? Zakaria for me is a great player. He's an established player. He's played for Mönchengladbach. He's played for Juventus. Right. He's a good player, but we're not implementing him right now. And for me, that is a very bad idea because, as I said, Jorginho is aging. Jorginho is going to be gone soon, right? We need to start implementing our other CDMs, correct? We have Zakaria on our fucking payroll. We have Zakaria. We fucking loaned him. Let's fucking use him. I'm sick of this. Oh, there's no point. He's rubbish. We can say he's rubbish. One side can say he's rubbish. One side can say it's good. The only way to dictate which side he's on is if we fucking play him for a consistent amount of games, right? Because he'll turn into the next Saul. And we need a DM, right? People say we don't play with a DM. We don't. We don't play with a natural DM, but we need a central midfielder who has defensive qualities. Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic, Chukwuemeka do not have defensive qualities where they either one could put a good tackle in or two sit back, right? Zakaria is a defensive-minded player, so he will have that attribute to sit back. So I want Potter to go and start the guy. He's a great player. This guy's 6'3". He's got a fucking amazing physique. This is what we need in the Premier League. These fans were crying about height. Oh, we're not strong enough. Blah blah blah. Yeah, well then start the fucking guy. We need to start him. I would start him against AC Milan. Aston Villa. I would start Zakaria against Aston Villa because he needs to start. He needs to start. He needs to start playing because I want to end up buying this guy. Because the point of a loan is to end up buying him at the end of the transfer window. Am I wrong or am I right? Let me know. But yeah, I definitely want to get Zakaria playing. Like he needs to start. But again, on players like Jorginho, Kante, I think they need out. They need to go. Jorginho, I think the agent also wants him, but I don't want to sell these guys on a free. I don't. So I will sell them in January if we get replacements for him. But again, I would implement Zakaria so we can come in January, sell Kante and Jorginho, and then don't need to panic for two midfielders. We just go buy one. We go buy Alvarez. We have Alvarez, Zakaria. It's shocking. He can come on for Georgia for the last 50 minutes versus Villa to close the game when we're winning 2-0. He should have came on the weekend instead of Loftus-Cheek. Like, honestly, I would start Zakaria. Zakaria needs to start. Jorginho needs a rest. Like, it works in our favor. There's nothing. We're not losing anything if Zakaria starts. We're not going to lose anything, right? Because he's an established midfielder, right? And I think like Saul, people say this is Saul 2.0. Saul, we would have gone and clapped Saul's hands and gave him a handshake if he consistently started. He would have been a good loan. We wouldn't have bought him, but he would have been a good loan. We would have gone, thank you, Saul, if he consistently started. Because he wasn't even the worst player. He was not the worst player. He played a great game against Villa, great game against Southampton. Because we had 2 games against Villa. One was his first game, which was horrible. And he played a couple good games. And we went back to Atletico, and we didn't shake his hand. We were like, oh, he's rubbish. He could have been that guy, but he could have been a good loan. I want Zakaria to be a good loan. And the only way to use him is if we give him an opportunity. Not in Carabao Cups, in an Aston Villa on the weekend. I don't know. Apparently it's fitness. So I don't know. Like, I'm all for like Chukwuemeka coming, but I don't want players like Loftus-Cheek coming on when we're beating Aston Villa AC Milan 3-0. There's no point. We know how the guy plays. We don't need. He doesn't bring anything new to our team. Let's experiment. Put Chukwuemeka, put Zakaria, put these players on who we can experiment with, who we want to see, who we need to see. We need to see how players like Zakaria plays. And that's what I'm saying. We need to get rid of some of these players, like who have been here, who have started for a long time. Loftus Cheek, Jorginho, Kante. These guys got to go. These guys got to go. Like we need to do a massive overhaul. Because we can mention the name even Kepa, but Kepa hasn't had a massive shot under Tuchel or Potter. We've seen Loftus Cheek under Tuchel, rubbish. Potter, he's doing great. He'll end up falling like usual. It's the same. Loftus Cheek, we've seen this since Sorry, he was good with the injury. Done. Lampard came in, went to Fulham. Came back. Tuchel played 4 good games, flopped. Potter's gonna do. He's gonna do the same thing. We've been there. We've done that. Bibbs concierge. Does Pendy stay? Mendy. I don't care what happens to Mendy. I mean, Selena comes in. Selena will be our second. Kepa will be our third. If Mendy wants to be the third keeper, that's fine by me. I don't care. But I'll sell him. I think this guy, ego. After AFCON, he's had this massive ego, man. I'm telling you, like his comments about Haaland, and now he wants 400k a week, blah blah blah. Oh my god. No, I'm not turning into that fraud. No, but I think the thing with Jorginho, I think I would rather sell Jorginho than let him go for free. I wouldn't extend his contract. I said the guy's put so much to this team. He's put so much he's put his body through so much that I don't think he can physically play anymore. And I don't. This is not a retirement home for me. I think he's getting to an age where he can't play week in, week out. Like I said before the season, Jorginho can play as a CDM role, but he can't play Wednesday and then Sunday. He needs to play Wednesday and then Wednesday and then 2 weeks. He needs to have some breaks, right? So I wouldn't keep a play for that, especially as a starting player. And I would rather just sell him. He can go to Italy, have a great, rest of his career there, finish it off nicely. Because I think he's done so much for us. It's just it's time for him to go. And I would rather sell him for 30 mil than let him go on a free because his agent does not want him to extend at Chelsea. His agent wants him to go back to Italy so he can get 300k a week, probably get some more fucking, more money. His agent, but Master Jorginho replaced it. Yeah, like go send him, but that'd be fantastic. Send him to Barcelona. I mean, yeah, Xavi wanted him as a Busquets replacement. What did he want? Was it that was De Jong? He wants De Jong as a Busquets replacement, or go get Jorginho. Yeah, I think as well. Again, I think if this was last year, Jorginho could handle the Premier League pace. But as I said, he's been playing on painkillers. He's put his body through so much that I think physically cannot play at a high level anymore. And because he's 33, isn't he? Or he's 31. How old is Jorginho? He's 30. He's gonna be 31 this year. Right, 32 when we sell him. That's why I want people like Aspie gone. Like Aspie needs to go, Kante needs to go, Jorginho, like these guys who are in their 30s. Normal players still have some legs in their 30s, but players like Georgie, Kante, Aspie, they don't have it. And as I said, I would go send to Barcelona. That'll be a great chance for him. Go play Barcelona, play 3-4 years there, finish off in Serie B, Serie A, and that's it. He's done a great career for us, and it goes undermined by a lot of Chelsea fans because the Chelsea fans want attention, so they just jump on the Jorginho hate train. But the guy won UEFA Player of the Year, a very hard trophy. He came top 3 Ballon d'Or, the closest ever since Frank Lampard. Needs some respect in his name, and I'll give it to him. And he definitely loves his club. You'll see him always, as I said, you always see him talking to the players, giving them advice, always. And I think the players respect him. It's just the fans that won't. But let's bring this. We got some big news to discuss as well, guys. So breaking news: Reece James' injury is not thought to be serious, but the defender stayed for an extra day in Milan. That's good news. That's very good news. I mean, I was expecting hopefully no injuries, but I guess that's the best we can kind of get. And it says here, Reece James is likely to miss Sunday's trip to Aston Villa, but it's hoped he'll be back in time face Brentford or Wednesday Manchester United on Saturday. We're playing Brentford on Wednesday. Are we playing? Oh, is this FA Cup run? Oh, it's not a break from Champions League. Right? No, Premier League. Try it again. There's no midweek Champions League games. Is it that break? Yeah, that's right. We have that 1 week break. We play Brentford Thursday or Wednesday. I'm not watching that. It's way too early. And then we play United On my birthday, we're playing Zagreb. Oh, nice. Massive games coming up. And yeah, no, I think this is good though. I think I will definitely rest James for Aston Villa, and even if necessary for Brentford. But this is my problem. Why we didn't go for player like Walker Peters? Like go panic buy Walker Peters. Like I don't know. This is the one thing I just didn't understand why we kept Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta, he'll start, but he's not good, man. He's not a good player, guys. Aspilicueta's finished, and I'm really confused why Tuchel kept him, and then Tuchel kept him, and then Aspie sacked him. Like Aspie got him sacked. So it was didn't really work out in Tuchel's favor by keeping him. But yeah, no, Aspie's a player to go. But this is why I would love to get a Walker Peters, a Dumfries, someone who is not like obviously needs to be world class. No Hakimi's, no Jal Cancel, like nothing like that. Go get a Walker Peters, go get a Dumfries, someone who can come in. Reece James is injured, just slot in, who knows how to play the position. Who can give me some up and down, doesn't need like Chalobah's doing right now for Fofana. Chalobah has slotted in for Fofana very, very well. Very, very well. And I think that'd be a great what's it called? Great position for him. To just fill in Fofana, fill in Thiago Silva. I think he can definitely do it. Doesn't even play like one game a week or 60 minutes, like some games here and there, and I think that's a great position for him. Same with if you get someone like a Walker Peters. Walker Peters will fill in that spot fantastically. Big up to Alex CFC. Big up the Chelsea Alex CFC. Big up to you, mate. Yes, up the Chelsea. Obviously, we did get a fantastic win, and I want to know your thoughts and feelings, guys, on Reece James' injury. You guys happy? You guys sad? I mean, it's lucky it's not some long term shit. When we have to be sitting here, Reece James is out for this amount of time, this amount of time. It's like, oh my god. I want to discuss this as well, guys. Let me just put this in. Ongoing negotiation for Mason Mount's new contract. Been told there's many bits to tie up, but the general feeling it will be done. Mason to get similar deal to Reece James, wants to stay long term with us. I'm hopeful of the outcome. This was about 3 days ago. Mason Mount extension, man. Wow. I mean, this was before his Aston Villa performance. Sorry, AC Milan. Why do I keep saying that? Guys, stay tuned, guys. We're also going to get into the Mbappe news very soon, so stay tuned for that. But the Mason Mount news. I mean, Mason Mount's played 2 great games, right? And I'm very happy to see him play 2 great games. Now, Mendy also is in talks with the contract. I wouldn't give these guys contract till like December, till after World Cup, January, because I said I would like every window comes, we need to consider selling some players, right? And last season I said I would consider selling Mason Mount if an offer came. And I wouldn't go and give this guy 7 years and 400k a week just by 2 good performances, right? Last season, you got to be honest with yourself and say this guy was not player of the season worthy, right? Obviously, the fans voted for it, and the fans, obviously the fans, one-dimensional Mason Mount fans, give him the Banner Boy another trophy, participation award. So Mason Mount did not deserve it, right? And I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve a new contract, right? If he wants to stay, he wants to stay. But I wouldn't give him a long one, honestly. Like I just said, I would consider selling him if a good offer came for him, because I don't think he's that generational talent everyone proclaims him to be. I think he's a good player. I think he deserves a pay rise if he wants it. That's fine, whatever. I don't care. But I don't think he should get a long contract, right? Because these talks came out like when Mendy was playing good, and Mendy gets a contract extension after that one good game against, I think, I don't know. He had one good game. I don't remember who it was. Southampton, I think. I think it was Southampton. He had one good game and Mendy's contract situations, extension, blah 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 blah. We should not be rushing these extensions. That's my thoughts on it. We got Chelsea OG. Big up Chelsea OG says he wants 300k. 300k, mate. Fuck me, man. That's a lot. Big up to Tobago. Big up to Tobago. Big up to see you, mate. Hope you're well. He's a talent from Gen Z, and how old is he? Is he 24? How was my mountain? He's 23. To be 24. The first day, January 10th. So he's nearly gonna be 24, right? So 24 years old, right? And we're still calling him generational talent. My days, man. My days. My days. Yeah, but no, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But when the news comes, we'll discuss some more. All right, transfer news. Let's get some transfer news. Chelsea are willing to pay 100 million to be competitors from Manchester and Spain for Jude Bellingham. Borussia Dortmund would consider a sum of at least 120 million via the Sports Lid. I want to even thoughts and feelings on this. Bellingham to Chelsea. I think is he 20? 19? 19. Oh, he's 03. Wow. Jeez, he just turned 19 as well. All right, so he's 19. I think Bellingham is a good player, but for that amount of price, it's a massive risk. I think for me, the strategy I would take with some of these players like Bellingham, a player who's had a great, he hasn't been exceptional, but he's been very good for a team like Dortmund, is I wouldn't go and pay big money for that. I would consider going for someone like and spending that money on a more experienced 24, 25 year old. That's how I would do it. And I'll go spend my 20s and 30 millions on the Chukwu makers and all that. Like I don't want to go spend a massive money for a 19-year-old. I think we've been there, we've done that. We've Havertz, Pulisic, Hudson, oh, not Hudson Dob, Havertz, Pulisic, right? We've done that, and I'm not too sure if Bellingham is is like at that stage where you come in and he'll make instant impact, right? If it was 80 mil, that's fine, right? 80 mil, 70 mil, bring him in. But 120 million euros, is this how bad the inflation is going? Wait, what's euro to pound? Is that it's 100 million euros? 100 million euros is what Dortmund want. I would go 70 mil. But again, I won't be discussing this price if Bellingham comes in and has a great performance. So we'll see. In 3 years, 300k will be due to the new TV rights. Yeah, I saw the all or nothing as well. That'd be great. Chelsea all or nothing. That'd be fantastic to have. Great to see it, behind the scenes of everything. But yeah, definitely a good deal. But yeah, no, Jude Bellingham as well. Like I don't mind the player. I think he's a great player, but to go and spend this massive amount of money, 100 million pounds, massive risk. But we'll see how it comes. Obviously, this is August. He's been great so far. Like let's see how he can continue. And I think Haaland's that exception to the rule for Bundesliga tax, but I'm scared of it, man. I'm still scared of that Bundesliga tax, because Nkunku is looking very highly likely. So we're going to spend 80 million for Nkunku, or then 100 million pounds for for Bellingham, man, and then we go buy 100 million for Leal. Like Jesus, hey, if we do that, I wouldn't mind because the ball would be on fire. Boehly will be on fire. Massive, Jason Matt, I can't lie. We said a similar thing for Haaland for 150 million, but in hindsight, we'd pay that right. So if he comes to Prem, that's the thing, right? You're right. But we didn't say the same thing for Havertz, Sancho, Pulisic, all these other guys. Haaland's an exception to the rule because Haaland scored many goals. Right? Bellingham scored a lot of goals. He's had 4 Champions League goals. Didn't he score in the Bundesliga? I swear. Bellingham is more of an 8. And I've seen him play for England. He's done very well for England. Like, you're exactly right. We're not going to consider the price if he comes and bangs in the goals. But it's like, it's more will he fit the system, right? Because Dortmund, what did Dortmund play with? Dortmund. Let's look at Dortmund. So that draw. They play a basic 4-3-3, and Bellingham plays as an 8. Right? We don't play with 8s if we're playing a back 3. We don't play with 8s. And I wouldn't force him into another position he doesn't want to play. As a 10, maybe, but we don't play with 8s. So we have to make sure we can consider that. Because if he doesn't fit the system, he's not going to fit the jersey. Right? And that's what I always say. He's not going to play well if he doesn't fit that system. And I would that's the thing. I never really wanted Nkunku. But because Nkunku really fits our system very well. He can play a 7, he can play as a 10. He fits our system very well. I would consider it. Right? But Bellingham doesn't really fit our system. And to go pay this massive amount of money for him, it's a massive risk. As I said, come August, we can definitely have another conversation about it. I just want to bring that up now because obviously Nkunku um, should be wrapped up before the World Cup in November. So it's on a 5-year contract. So we'll get him in January. That's great. That's great. Like again, Nkunku's a player who's playing the Bundesliga. I'm considering the Bundesliga tax, and I said it last season. However, I am definitely going to consider how he can fit our system very, very well. He's a 7, he's a 10, he can do it. Bellingham's an 8. As I said, we don't really play with 8s. And I'm going to see more. Bellingham can play as more of that winger role because, Mount's an A, Loftus-Cheek's an A, Culver's an A, and we don't really use them in their natural position. Nkunku will do Haaland, but in terms of assists, no goals. Let's hope. Let's hope Nkunku can bang in some goals. I mean, that's what we want. But guys, we've got 10 people in here, guys. I forgot to say, let's smash the like buttons, guys. Let's get these likes up right now. Let me check how many likes we have, guys. It's just the likes. Wait, let me see here. How many likes are we? 11 likes with 12 people watching, guys. Are you guys serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now?
Are you serious right now, bro?
Come on, get these likes out right now, guys. Share if you're new as well. Let's get back to it. But yeah, I want to know everyone's thoughts for these guys. Nkunku as well. Nkunku is definitely a great player. I said last season I didn't really want him because of Bundesliga tax, but then I came to realize he fits our position, fits our system much more. And right now, I'm not picky for who we get. I'm really not picky for who we get at all. But let's go talk about this Mbappe news. I want to talk about this Mbappe news, guys. We have to up the Chelsea, up the fucking Chelsea. Big up to you, mate. Hope you're well. Smash the like button, guys, as well. Let me know your thoughts and feelings as well. Mbappe news, guys. Let me find some Mbappe news. I forgot to get the article up. So this is the Mbappe news. If I can find it, my days. Up the Chelsea, 100%, guys. 100%, guys. Smash them like buttons right now. But what's everyone's thoughts on Mbappe? While I just find this thing. Okay, let's put this up. Is Mbappe's ego out of control? This is the article says, but I want to talk about Mbappe, guys. Mbappe to Chelsea. Let me start off by saying Mbappe is a generational talent. He is a fantastic player. He is one of the best youngsters in the world right now. Right? He is, how old is he again? 22? 23. He's only 24 this year. Holy shit, he's getting old. Fuck. Just like yesterday he was 22. Or 20 in the World Cup. But yeah, Mbappe, baller. Great player. But the thing is, his mentality. His mentality is horrible. It's the worst I've ever seen. Horrible. He's got a horrible ego. Half the time he's getting paid millions, and he's still complaining. And that's the problem with Kylian Mbappe. And the thing for me is, it's controllable, yes, but we're a Chelsea Football Club. We got our manager sacked because he couldn't control the dressing room. And I said the way the dressing room gets controlled is from how the manager translates its words from him to the players. And the man in the middle who translates it is the captain. How are we going to control Mbappe's issues when we don't have any leaders? We couldn't control Pulisic and Mount. How are we going to control Mbappe? And that's the problem for me. Mbappe is a snake. Again, it's more, and I think that we're worried more about his mentality and his ego. Like the player, no doubt about it, fantastic player, fantastic player. Harry Potter and his interpersonal skills and his degree in emotional intelligence would deal with him. But Willie, yeah, he might have an emotional intelligence degree, right? But doesn't mean he can practice it on a guy like Mbappe. You don't think maybe players like or teams like PSG may not hire some people that do that as well. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's all speculation, but it's like, can a chef cook the best Scotch fillet in the world? Can every chef cook the best Scotch fillet in the world? No. Some are better than the others, right? And yeah, Harry Potter might have a great interpersonal skill, but will it be able to control that high level of Kylian Mbappe? That's my issue. That's my issue. The thing is, I'm not going to stop this transfer from happening. I'm like again, and Ronaldo. I'm not going to stop it from. I'm not going to stop this transfer at all. If Chelsea want to go buy him, go buy him. But don't be surprised when we have these issues. That's all I'm going to say, right? Great player, great talent, but don't be surprised when he brings these qualities of his ego and his horrible mentality when we have him on the pitch. But I hope we can buy him. And the second thing is his wages. He's on $1 million a week at PSG. Are we going to match $1 million a week? I mean, I think us, Liverpool, and Real Madrid are the three clubs who are kind of in for him. Real Madrid will be on the top. And I think Chelsea second because I don't think Liverpool will go pay that money. And I honestly hope Boehly can make the signing. This will be a very good signing for Boehly as well. It will publicize him very, very high. Big up to Iron Millet. Hope you're well, mate. Big up to you. Let me know your thoughts on this as well. What's your prediction, bro, on Aston Villa at Villa Park for Chelsea? If we win that game, we are on 90 points with the game in hand. Stevie G's under pressure. Imagine he beats us. Yeah, and I mean, knowing Charity FC maybe, but yeah, like again, we're not far off this table. Like people thought we were like, oh, but we're so far behind. Like our table, we're not even that far behind. But yeah, I'll get into Villa soon. I'll start that message. We'll get into Villa soon. I do believe Potter generally is too intelligent for him. I genuinely believe Mbappe gets like this because he's given more power than the club. He won't be given those wages and will make him work. And yeah, but again, we won't give him those wages for sure. But how will we drag him to the club if we don't match his wages? That's the thing. We have to make sure we get him here first. And I think that's the thing for me. Like the hard part is not. I don't think the hard part's getting is him at this club. I think the hard part's honestly getting him to the club. But it will be interesting coming August how Bowie goes about this, because obviously the reason why we're discussing this is because Mbappe is unhappy at Paris Saint-Germain for the fifth time this year. And we can see the thing here. Obviously, Mbappe is not liking this Neymar Messi, combination because he's not part of it. And again, he's a bit of a baby as well. He wanted Neymar out and he wanted Neymar replaced. They didn't get rid of him. And that's why he is very, very upset. And that's the thing for me. Like, yeah, obviously we're not going to be giving him that power, but here it is. Here it is. Chelsea are in serious contenders to sign Kylian Mbappe. Todd Boehly wants a superstar, hence why he wanted to sign Ronaldo. They would have the money. Says Lorenz Julian. Who is this? I've never heard of this person. Okay, he's a Frenchman in England. Anyone that can bring Mbappe a good project financial wise and footballing wise, he will be listening. And obviously there's this picture here. Like again, bring him in. I'm not going to stop Todd Boehly from like I'm not gonna go on streams and say, nah, don't bring blah 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 in. Because the same thing could have happened to Ronaldo for all we know, right? And I was all for Ronaldo. So I'm gonna be all for Kylian Mbappe. And this will be my contention, right? Kylian Mbappe will be a fantastic footballing talent, but we've got to make sure we control his ego and his mentality first. I think that needs to be priority, is to get him under control and set him back to reality. Slap him back into the back when he was at Monaco. And that's why I want more leaders as well at this club. I want more leaders who can set him straight on that pitch, because Aspie doesn't do shit. All right, that guy's not a captain. Thiago Silva's not very vocal, and I think Thiago Silva might be the only one who sets him straight. I honestly think Jorginho, but I think Jorginho will get scared at times as well. So we need someone to set this guy straight. And I hope Potter's that man. I hope Potter can do it. I thought Tuchel was that man, honestly. I thought Tuchel was like that bad boy mentality, as Cassim will say, the bad boy. Where he wouldn't take shit from any players. He'll, be honest, and he was, but that's why I think the players didn't like it. They didn't like his honesty, right? And they came out and said that they were shit, and they didn't like it, even though they were shit. 5-0, Gerrard sacked. Yeah, man, Gerrard. But now let's see we'll get to Villa soon. But yeah, let me know everyone's thoughts and feelings on Mbappe as well. Obviously, he had the Chelsea shirt. Kylian shows a Chelsea fan, and It's honestly just if Real Madrid don't put the money on the table, which I definitely see them doing. I think it's honestly between us and Real Madrid to go for Mbappe because yeah, Bowie would want this guy because it brings a lot of publicity. Yeah, as it was said, financially, publicity. Mbappe will bring a lot of publicity to Chelsea, and that's why. And he wants a star boy signing, right? And this would be a great signing. So I honestly hope in January, because Mbappe, the situation, and I'll repeat it, is obviously he's not happy at PSG. PSG have been giving him. The thing is, I honestly think Mbappe is in the right for this because PSG technically gave him technical director control, so he could dictate who he wants out, who he wants in. He doesn't have a authority, but he has a say, right? And he said he wanted Neymar out. I think he wanted what's the other guy? I think he wanted someone else out, and then they ended up leaving. But Mbappe has a very high say in it, and I think you're right. Mbappe, you know, I honestly think honestly think Mbappe is 100% there. I don't think he's there. And now he's dating some transgender woman as well. Like, what's my man doing, man? What's my man doing? But like, he's putting in goals. Like he's he's scored so many goals. 4 goals in the Champions League in 4 games. 9 games, he's had 8 goals. Like this guy is doing fantastic. He's fast. Like he's a player every team will want, right? And as I said, I would take him any day of the week. Any day of the week. It's just don't be surprised if he has these problems. And I'm only putting these problems up to you guys. I don't think Roman should care about him. They could I've got him for free in summer. Now they have to pay 250, 200 mil for him. Doesn't make sense. He messed up. Not Madrid. Yeah, obviously he messed up because he decided to choose PSG. But Madrid, yeah, I don't know. Would Madrid maybe go for him? Maybe, yeah. You said Madrid more focused on Bellingham. Yeah, that is true. They're more focused on people like Bellingham. Yeah, and maybe because, and I think Real Madrid's that club. Like once they get denied, they don't want to be in a bit of sloppy seconds. I think Real Madrid's that club. They're that big that they can have that say. So you could be right that Real Madrid might not even go for him. So maybe only will be us. And I really hope Potter, if we get him, could control the situation. But yeah, Mbappe, Matt, a fantastic play because we've got 20 people in here. Make sure you guys smash that like button right now. Let me bring up, see if there's anything. See, Mbappe can legally terminate his PSG contract due to the bots case, as it would be a violation of labor laws, making way for him to join any club he wants as a free agent, according to lawyer Tatiana Vanessa. But yeah, no, this is more because Mbappe would be entitled to request a breach of contract for serious misconduct if the if the legal case of a digital army of bots paid PSG is proven guilty. What the? No, I mean it's gonna file down. But yeah, it's like look at that. So he could leave on a free and join whichever club he wants, and then that'll be maybe when Real Madrid steps in. But again, will Real Madrid take that kind of sloppy seconds? I don't think they will. But I'll take it. Come here, come on, come to Chelsea, Mbappe. Big up to Zubia, big up to you, mate. He says Todd's eyes sparked when he got informed about Mbappe's situation. I'm just not convinced we can land him. His attitude stinks, ego next level, but talent cannot be denied. 100% agree. As I said, his attitude is horrible, his ego is rubbish, but it's like I think his ego is, and I'll kind of defend him here a little bit. I'll defend him here. Whereas I think his ego is bad because he's playing players like Messi and Neymar. If he comes to Chelsea and he plays next to Mason Mount, right? Have the biggest ego you want. I don't care because you're already better than all of them. And Mbappe thinks he's better than them, right? But the world knows he's not. But he comes to Chelsea, and if he thinks he's better than all of them, the world will already know. So that there wouldn't be an ego there because we already know he'll be the best, and he knows he's the best. So he'll push him. But the talent it cannot be denied. Fantastic talent, and that's where and that's where there has to be a discussion to be held. Great talent, bad attitude, right? Can they come back? Can they kind of clash with each other, or will they work out? Right? We'll have to find out. Big up to Football Capital. Big up to my man. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Obviously, Man United fan. Probably be in New South Wales in a couple months as well. but I was just watching your A League video as well. Not the biggest fan. I've not watched A League for actually years, since 2014 was a really serious year I watched it. But I'm hearing A League's making its comeback, which is great to hear. I mean, A League needs some more international players. Like, A League needs to get some players like, like these finishing players like Kante or Willian, or these players who are ending their career. That's what we need to do. What's A League? It's the Australian League. Yeah, it's honestly, I've always said I think it's a rubbish league. I don't like it. But I respect people who watch it. And I was watching Football Capital's video on it because I always like to see it up to date. Obviously, I know a lot of people who are going to A League, who are in the A League, MPL, all that stuff. But yeah, be up to you, Football Capital. Hope you well. Fake J League? What's J League? Oh, the Japanese League. I think we were before the Japanese League, if I'm not mistaken. I think Japanese League's been new, but I think Australian League's making their way up. Hopefully, because we have to. Like we need to at least try and match the MLS. We've got some kind of more international players going. Yeah, I'm hearing the quality is getting better, and hopefully it gets better because yeah, it's. I think since 2018, it's just been an unreal downfall, and hopefully it makes its way up because I went to. What I go to? Okay, I went to Western United and Victory a couple months ago when they played. Um, what month was it? Jan. I went in like Jan, December. I went December actually. When they played in December. That's the last A League game. But yeah, I go to I go to A League game once a year. Last game was horrible. But hopefully it's picking up. Hopefully it gets better because yeah, we need to get some better football down here. Yeah, hopefully bit by bit we level up because yeah, obviously when we only started it in 2009, it was like so. We'll see what happens there. Um, but yeah, so Mbappe can technically legally terminate his contract, guys, which will make it so much easier for him to join on a free, and I'm all for that. All right, if we get him on a free and we don't need to pay money for him, every Chelsea fan should be on this. Ego, attitude, or not, give him 500k a week. Give it to that. Big game this week, Mount Victory with WSW. Wait, is that Western Sydney? Western Sydney. Who's top actually? Let me check. Who's top of A League now? Still, because Victory used to be always top. Oh, Victory is still top. Oh, they just started. Oh, they just started back up. That's right, because Melbourne City won by a point. Melbourne Hearts is. So I remember Melbourne Hearts. Honestly, I think it's when the um yeah 2016 yeah Victory Melbourne Hearts. I always remember Melbourne Hearts. Nah, D Mbappe was that me? But so because he's dating a transgender, I think. But yeah, guys. I'm all for it. Let's bring it to the bridge, and it's going to be another discussion we're going to have, um, in terms of in January, where we could really get them in. Let us see the A League table. Okay, you want to see it? It just started, but yeah, it's the A League table. I don't even follow anyone in the A League really. But this is the first. It just started because they start the season now. It's coming. I don't know why we started. I mean, we started because it's in clash with AFL, but it's in the summer, man. I don't know how these guys play it. I think this. I would honestly. I wish for some relegation. I want to see some MPL teams in here. Imagine an MPL team in the A League. We need to get some relegation going, and then that's when we'll make it more interesting. Because you can finish 12th, and then that's it. Like that's it. But obviously these are the three Melbourne teams: Western United, Melbourne City, Melbourne Victory. Perth finished last. Oh, Perth finished last. Yeah, Perth is. Yeah, I remember this season. I remember this season was like the deadest season because Victory were last. No Victory fans were going to the games. It was just City fans. I remember that. NPL, it's like the one under kind of. It's like Championship, I guess, but we don't have bigger. Actually, what do they have? New South Wales football coverage. Yeah, I think you guys have NPL as well. I think so. Fake MLS, pretty much. Oh wait, you can't even see it. Oh shit! I just realized you can't even see it. Fuck. Yeah, this is the table. You couldn't even see. I was just talking to myself, showing the picture to myself. But yeah, pretty much. But I'm not sure if this is true. Which, no, I don't know, it looks fake. But yeah, Mbappe would be the only one who could kind of compete with Haaland as well, guys. Mbappe would be the only one who could compete with Haaland. This was actually just before. This was a couple of hours ago. I said Chelsea is a serious contender for Mbappe. It would be a huge fee. Money isn't an issue as well, guys. Yeah, they are. But yeah, it's the first game. I think the Melbourne teams are the best teams. I mean, Nani is in Melbourne Victory. Nani, the United guy. I mean, what's his name? Sturridge was in Perth Glory, and has Sturridge even played a game yet? Got family Sydney. Oh, big up to mate Sydney now. Melbourne better. Nah. But yeah, guys, it'll take a serious fee for Mbappe to come. And guys, what would be the max you would spend? I would go. Honestly, I will go spend 150 mil for him. And I think people might confuse like why I'm talking about buying him if I'm saying that I don't want him because of his attitude. Here's the thing, guys. I'm gonna repeat myself. Kylian Mbappe is a great player, fantastic player, generational. I would take him without a doubt, but we must consider his attitude and his ego. We must consider it before going and spend money, right? Let's not go buy a used Ferrari without looking at the mechanics and all the shit, right? We've got to make sure we look at it, and we've got to make sure we really are serious with this deal. But if it's on a free, well, get him, bring him in. I don't care. Bring him in, free, 500k a week. There you go, enjoy, and then we can figure out the problems later. Because yeah, if we're gonna go spend 300-400 million on him, that's when we need to consider it. But man, if we get Mbappe on a free, how good would that be? How good would that be, guys? That would be absolutely insane. Oh, this was actually I didn't touch on this, but this is what Jorginho says. But at least 111 million max from Mbappe. So we'll go 100 million, 111 from Mbappe, but you'll go spend 120 for Bellingham. Would you do that? Because I'll go spend. Honestly, I'll break it. I'll go break our record. I mean, our record's 100 mil. I'll go break our record 150, 200. Like, I'll go spend massive money for this guy, right? But we must ensure if we buy him, we must ensure that Potter's the man who can deal with his attitude. We're just gonna make sure, because if we press that purchase button, that means Bowie's had a talk with Potter. And Potter's like, "Yep, I can control his attitude, and I will trust them." If the manager wants the player, that means he has trust that he can control his attitude. Because every manager in the world, and even the PSG manager, knows Mbappe has an attitude problem. So if the manager says, "I want Kylian Mbappe," he's really looked at it. He's really evaluated it, and he's saying, "Can I control this guy's attitude? Yes, I have. Bobby, bring him in." And then that's when I'll be like, "All right, bring him in, bring him in," because the manager will not bring him in if he can't control his attitude. Like Tuchel couldn't control Ronaldo's attitude, so he didn't bring him in, and I respected that decision. So it's gonna be the same thing with Potter. If Potter says no, I would understand. I would understand. That's what we're gonna make sure we back the gaffer. But yeah, I just want to touch about this Jorginho, where it said Barcelona. Jorginho's agent says Barcelona. I spoke about him, or maybe about other players. I was there. Also Madrid, Leon, Valencia. Who else does João Santos have under his little realm? João Santos trans agents, players. So many João Santos, my days. There's too many, because we've got 15 people in here. How many likes are we on? 16 likes, guys. 15 in here. Let's get to 20 likes. And guys, make sure to subscribe if you're new, guys. We've gained 2 subs, guys. Let's get to 900 by the end of the month, so we can get to 1K before the World Cup starts. Because the World Cup, I'll be covering, guys, because Australia's going to do very well. Football capital knows we're going to be on Australia's team. Well, I'm actually gonna buy that jersey next week. That jersey looks so clean, but I'm definitely gonna go and buy that jersey. We're going to be covering that here and there. I'm just on watch longs because I'm going to Queensland for a week, so to watch the France game and then the Tunisia game. And I'm telling you guys, I really, really think Australia can make it past the group stage. So make sure to smash the like button. We're going to be talking Australia, There's obviously England, France, all these other guys. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Smash that like button right now. And subscribe. But let's get into the final news, guys. Before we wrap it up, guys. Aston Villa on Sunday. What's everyone's thoughts? I'm going to bring back that comment from Baba saying Villa. What's your prediction on Aston Villa at Villa Park versus Chelsea? If we win that game, we are on 19 points with the game in hand. CVG's under pressure. Imagine he beats us under all the pressure. And I'll say that, mate, we're Charity FC. We can have that bounce and then, Stevie G can put 3 behind us. Right? So we're going to go to this game big with them very good players. I would rest players like James, maybe consider Thiago Silva, but I would start a lot of other good players. Again, Kepa's here to play, he's here to stay. Kepa's going to be starting like usual, stock standard. And that's what we know, guys. If we see Kepa, if we see Kepa for United, I think we know he's our number one. I think we know he's our number. If he starts for United, I think we know he's our number one. So, yeah. Oh, Football Capital. We should definitely, if Football Capital's still in here, we've got United next week. Let's definitely do something then. If you're still in the house. But, yeah, let's definitely do some virtual one if you're still here. And I'll shoot you DM if you didn't reply. But, yeah, we've got United next week. Let's definitely do something there. We can definitely have a good conversation on Chelsea versus United preview, because that's going to be a good game. Like, bring on United. Both teams who have just, new manager form. Let's see how we can do. I can't wait to play Arsenal. I can't wait to play the teams. We're in a great form. Let's hope Reece James is still here. Let's hope Reece James doesn't get injured, because we need this guy. I'm begging. It's not a bad injury, because we can't lose him. We genuinely cannot lose Reece James for a long amount of time. One game, yes, not more than 2. I would rest him. Villa, bring him on for Brentford, 60th minute. Start him United. Because I can't believe you got injured. I don't know what the injury is. Maybe it's just a knock. Nothing bad. But yeah, let's hope for that. But we got a lot of games coming up, guys. It's gonna be non-stop action. And it's good, man. It's some good what is this here? Yeah. It's some good time to be a Chelsea fan, guys. We're in a good form. And that's what I said. I'm not gonna judge Graham Potter till 2023. I'm not gonna judge it, guys. I'm not going to judge Jorginho. I'm not going to judge Graham Potter until 2023-2024 season. So, finally, guys, they released the third kit, guys. They officially released the third kit as well, and the jackets finally. Oh, about time. But yeah, guys, that's what wraps up today's stream, guys. We still got 17 people in here, guys. Make sure to smash that like button right now, guys. Oh, no, nothing. I thought there was some more breaking news, but that's all good. Guys, that's all for today, guys. Hope everyone did enjoy, guys. Smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. Share the stream, guys. Let's get to 20 likes. If you're watching on demand, share the stream. Subscribe if you're new. Guys, make sure to go subscribe to Chelsea OG. We got Football Capital in the house. Let's just go subscribe to their Football Capital. As I said, if you want one for the United preview, let's get something going. We can finally have a big discussion. Chelsea United. That's obviously a big game. So if you want that, shoot me a message. We'll get that on your channel for sure. But until next time, guys, I'll probably see you guys when we're back next. What's today's date? Today's Thursday. I think Monday, guys. I said Monday, so we'll be back Monday, 10 a.m. UK time. We're going to discuss the Aston Villa review. So I think for Aston Villa, I'm going to say 2-0. Stock standard clean sheet for Kepa Arrizabalaga. Nothing out of the ordinary. Kepa saves. Thiago Silva, stock standard, clean sheet. And let's hope we get some good goals. No problem, but shoot me a DM. Big up to everyone who's in the house. And I'll catch you guys next time. Let's leave you. What are we going to leave you with, guys? What are we going to leave you with? Let's leave you with the reborn of our number one keeper. Be up, guys. Take care. Bye.
A girl I knew, she was mine, and we were sweethearts. That was then, but then it's true.
Edouard Mendy is rubbish, man. We said this since February. I've been saying this since February. The guy's rubbish. The guy's a fraud. And this is the man who needs to be starting, guys. This is the man who needs to be coming in. Kepa Arrizabalaga is the man who needs starting. Tuesday, UCL, Neymar, I'm begging.
Kepa Arrizabalaga.